Hey there, welcome to Catalyst Energies. Thank you for joining me. I am so grateful that you're here. I am your astrologer, D Real, and this is the daily astrology report for the 22nd of October, 2020. So, I want to start here by saying that the true philosopher is one who understands and not merely just knows about what's going on in their life and around them. And this is, in fact, this characterizing the Sabian symbol for the last degree of Libra, which is marking the sun's ingress into Scorpio today on the 22nd. So it is very important that we understand and not merely know about what's happening within and around us right now, because going into 0 degree Scorpio is going to provide a realization of um, what existence actually means when it comes to relationships, shared resources, and power dynamics. And it may be startling, but also very concrete. With the sun here, this is the center of our attention. This is the aspect of our conscious personality, how we express ourselves as our full version of ourselves. And the sun is the center of our solar system. It is, in fact, responsible for the giving of all life on our planet, at least. And I would venture to guess that other stars in our galaxy and throughout the universe are also providing this same function. So, this Scorpio realm is going to be illuminated over the next couple of weeks. So not only is it really strong tomorrow going into Scorpio, setting the tone, but it's also going to set the tone for really the next couple of weeks, which are already going to be incredibly tense, and they will never expect the unexpected. That seems to be a really good mantra going forward, because we are in some very strange times. Meanwhile, in down on the ground here, we have the moon in Capricorn still. And remember, the moon is at detriment in Capricorn. What does that mean? She is not in a good position at all. The Cancer and the moon in Cancer specifically is the mother. It is the nurturer, the protector, and she wants to be in Cancer. That is her home sign. So in the opposition in Capricorn, there's a lot of responsibility. This is the patriarch of the family. This is the structure, authoritarianism with Capricorn, very, very dense and structured. And, mom traditionally, in a lot of cases, or at least the more passive and receptive, nurturing caregiver in a situation, often wait till your father comes home type of energy. Well, in this instance, we don't get that luxury. We are all now having to step into this authoritarian, very structured aspect about our emotions and on our intuitive and emotional landscape and what is going on inside of each of us. And also within the collective as well. The moon allows for that transmission, because we're talking about these psychic connections here that are able to, it's like a root system that's connected underground. It's 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 strong, and it is able to connect us to different aspects of our family and our ancestry, and we can be secure and solid together, but each individual entity still needs their strong roots for that to even happen. So that is the home sign of Cancer, and in opposite of Capricorn, we're really being asked to step up, and in some cases to have some accelerated growth. Now, in a square to Mars in Aries, retrograde in Aries, this is you know this makes it really hard to be responsible when this warrior energy is just wanting to be on some sort of magic carpet above it all, and escaping into fantasy land. So the square here is going to provide some tension around that, but there is this sextile to Neptune and Pisces. So this connection between the moon and the ocean and the tides, we can really draw a lot of um, information and a trust and surrender to this process, and that'll really help along with this accelerated growth that's kind of necessary with the moon in Capricorn right now. We're really being put into this position to kind of grow up a lot sooner than maybe we were prepared for based on other aspects. Okay, so the moon finishes her transit of Virgo really with a trine to, or I'm sorry, Capricorn with a trine to Venus and Virgo. And this is just really making us the characterization of us as a person of service, is a disciple on the path of being the best version of us that we can be. Venus has really made it about what matters to us and making this journey matter to us in a real material way, and also what feels the most harmonious to us. And so this Sabian symbol actually of where the moon is going to meet Venus is a woman entering a convent. It's a total commitment to this goal of transcendence. And Venus is reminding us that part of true mastery is, of course, the discipline and the routine and all of the things that we do to train ourselves to get to this place. But it also requires innocence and spontaneity and being kind of like a little child. So you have to kind of step into that full archetype just enough to realize that this spontaneity and this innocence is necessary in terms of becoming a full human being, right? So we are able to commit, I think, really strongly to this goal that, we're each individually kind of wrestling with and coming to terms with, right? That's the thing about Capricorn. It is a wall of reality. And emotionally, we are hitting it and being very serious, I think, in some ways, and also just wanting to get, into boss mode. So we are in a position to really commit, and Venus is supporting that, and part of the foundation of that commitment is also remembering to be spontaneous and to be innocent, right? And to not have any ulterior motives for wanting this total commitment. What is it that we're committing to? We need to also remember that we have to, again, create space, the beginner's mind, in order to really transcend um, and grow, of course. It's all about the growth, of course. And then the day really ends with Mercury in retrograde in Scorpio is in a quincunx, right? 150-degree angle with Chiron. And so, we're still doing these deep dives with Mercury in Scorpio. Stuff is coming up that we are not, that is dark and is in the subconscious, and is what we usually don't see, and is now being communicated to us. It is in the realm of communication in the mind right now, and is not really fitting very well with Chiron. That is, existing in two places at once keeps us from picking some sort of side. It keeps us from actualizing. It keeps us from actualizing some aspect of who we are, right? Aries is the subjective experience, who we are. And I will tell you what, as Chiron starts moving out of this 6 to 7 degree and moves from 5 to 6, we will be asserting ourselves. I guarantee you of that. And that is coming soon, sooner than later. So this is always a time for adjustment with a quincunx, because it is a round, square peg in the round hole. It just doesn't fit. So you have to come up with something totally different. And I would suggest with Mercury going on the deep dive and just, not really attending to Chiron, and the fact that Chiron is just not really able to, commit to one thing or the other. And that's probably not a terrible thing right now, because we'll get plenty of time to assert ourselves when Chiron moves back into the fifth, the fifth degree. Wow. And then in the midst of all of this, the sun will move into Scorpio, which is a crowded sightseeing bus on a city street. And it is the first realization of what it actually means to be in existence. The city is the pinnacle of a communal relationship, because from there, you're able to bring everything together, this commonality that Scorpio really represents, right? This emotional commonality, because you get to really explore and investigate the underlying depth of what it means to share who you are and the resource that it creates. And that is, the city as a symbol is what we can come together and accomplish. And so when you get to Scorpio, you're just like, oh, let's go look at this city. And it's from there, it is the crowded sightseeing bus to hell, right? Not to say we have to stay there, but that's where it's going. And little do we know that that is really the destination. We might start to figure it out. So keep in mind that with the sun here, we have weeks to go of this Scorpio time. So buckle up, my friends. The astrology for today is in itself intense and is going to set the tone for the rest of the month. And especially with this moon in Capricorn, we're really being asked to step up into some serious responsibility. So beautiful things on the horizon, but not short of difficulty. So take care of yourselves. I'll see you tomorrow on the next daily. Bye bye.